Hey everyone, Ian Marsh here. And look, I'm really excited to share with you. I talked Roy into a live interview on Facebook. And even better, I convinced his beautiful wife, Katrina, to join us because what we want to do right here is share some very valuable insights with people out there that are wanting to improve their financial situation, no matter where they are. If they're doing great, but they want to do better, or if they're struggling, then how to get that strong financial future sorted out for themselves. And so I'm really keen to have them on the call. It took a bit of doing because Roy and his beautiful wife, Katrina, are coming to us from Bali. And this is our second attempt. The first attempt, we couldn't get an internet connection. So again, I want to throw over to you, Roy and Katrina. How are you guys?
Great. It's awesome being here in Bali. It's so relaxing and peaceful, and it's been a lovely time together.
We just had a beautiful breakfast with some clients, and we've been here with Brett Jones doing his program, the Relationship Warrior. And it's been some wonderful people joining us from New Zealand, from Los Angeles, from California, from Australia, from Perth, all over the place. So really, really good. So it's great. And thank you, Ian, for putting us on today and getting this connection, because I know everyone's busy. So I'm grateful. We've got some very important questions to talk about.
Well, we do. As we all know, one of the biggest challenges that face people today, especially in the Western world, is financial. And I mean, you and Katrina, you see this firsthand over and over again, the challenges that happen because people just haven't been taught some simple principles so that they don't have to stress over money. I was wondering if you could just share a little bit about that. So especially you're just coming from a relationship event in Bali. Just share a little bit of your experience about the importance of not having or what the issues are when it comes to money around relationships, guys.
Well, sex and money, Ian, are the number one issues, and they're all relationship based. And when they work, and when they don't, they don't. So I always get anyone's attention when I say those two words, because the amount of dynamics that are associated with those, the emotions that are associated with those are enormous. And to put it in a very clear area, money is a relationship. Money is energy. Money is an echo. Money really is a mirror of all of your endeavors, as is your relationships with the heart, as is your relationships with your body and health. And so here in Bali, we've been working with people in a very practical way as well, of course. And it's really about 3 steps. Number one, know your numbers. A lot of people don't know their numbers. What I was really surprised about was a lot of the people hadn't sat down and did their strategic spending, if you like, their budget, their where are we situation. Second thing, to know your outcome. What is your outcome you want in life? And Katrina and I are going to spend a couple of days after this now, about 3 days, just kind of focusing on our years we've got coming up for us. You know, what's our outcome? How do we want to live our life? I'm going into my little retirement mode as Katrina. So we want to know that outcome. And then number 3, what's the strategy that we're going to use to produce this beautiful outcome? Because ultimately, success without fulfillment is ultimate failure. And Katrina is a very successful woman, and we've both been there with making money and stuff like that. But if we miss the relationship, then we don't have anything. We don't have fulfillment. So if you want to put this into very simple terms, number 1, where are you? That is, you know, where are you financially? Where are you on this planet? Where are you? And there's 7 magic clues to that: your income, your cash, your assets, your spending, your credit, your super fund, and your tax position. They're the very simple things. And the second part is, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go in this next year? Where do you want to go in the next 3 years? Where do you want to go in the next 7 years? And then lastly, how best to get there. And I guess that's what Katrina and I work on together in our businesses here and with my whole team, is, you know, how to get there with ease and grace. And to get there, and I'll just be curious about what Katrina's got to say, but it's knowing the rules of the game. If you don't know the rules of the game, you can't play the game. And unfortunately, a lot of people have not been taught these rules. And because they don't know, it's like putting you on a football field and you think you're playing cricket or something. You know, you got to know what the rules are. You got to know what the 6 tackle rule is, or the 3 tackle rule, or the 10 meter yard rule is, or what each point's worth. That's what you got to know. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't taught that.
The thing that I would add to it, Ian, is often what we find when people come to us is they're at a level. You've got one partner who may want to change their financial situation, and the other partner might not be so keen, and so you've got 2 people sort of in a way pulling in different directions. And sometimes you even have couples who on the surface look like they're wanting the same thing. However, when you actually bring them together and start asking them questions about where they're headed, what the future is for their family, what they want to do, what you'll find is that they're on different paths, just different pages. So a lot of what we do is about bringing people back together, getting a vision for each of them, and then bringing that vision together so that everyone, no one is selling out their dreams. However, everyone is in alignment, and to be able to bring a vision for a whole family together, because the amount of energy then that family has is all going towards the same vision, rather than that you have people pairing off in different directions. And often you'll find that with some of the older couples as well, you'll have a gentleman who's been looking after the finances, and the wife has really just said, oh, well, that's what he does, and really abdicating responsibility. And then if anything happens to, or eventually when that partner passes on, then, the wife is left with the chaos. And occasionally it is in reverse, but predominantly that is what we find. So for us, it's like, how do we support people in being personally empowered to be able to take this journey together and to be able to share the journey? Because there is such a magic in being in partnership, because life is not going to be easy 100% of the time. This journey is a growth journey, and it's a valiant journey. You grow as a couple and you grow as a family as you face whatever you face through the investing and running businesses and things. And that's what we love, because we get to experience more of ourselves in that journey, and hopefully create examples for our children as well in that.
Can I add just a little thing to that, Ian?
Sure.
One of the things I noticed in this particular, the relationship warrior, the different styles of people, it sounds really great, all this conversation, but there'll be people watching this going, oh yeah, you should see what my husband does, or you should understand my wife. And last night we had a special dinner, and a gentleman came up to me and he said, Roy, this woman I'm with, like, it's just so, she spends like there's no tomorrow. And then I spoke to the woman, this man I've got, he's such a, he's so tight, like I'm going, this interesting conversation. And, spenders marry savers, savers marry spenders. And they hadn't yet sat down with the strategic spending to take ownership of that, and they were still in their story about blaming each other. And really, when I spoke to the lady who was supposed to be the spender, she's a single mum. And she's, look, I'm used to running things on a smell of an oily rag. I'm not a spender. I'm really wanting us to move forward, though, and get moving and spend appropriately on things that are going to help us get there. And when I spoke to the guy, it was more this issue about feeling not being supported. And his words were, I feel I'm just a checkbook, and I'm going, wow, this is a relationship out of control. This is a relationship which I speak on, I hear and talk with so often. And it is a dangerous subject. It's like sex and money. You go into these things, and sometimes you're not confident, sometimes you're not clear, sometimes you're not sure, you don't know how to approach it, you don't even have the wisdom, if you like, of all the background. So I think the biggest single thing is to agree on the outcome. You want to be together. You want to share your life, and you're going to bring your talent, your gift into these relationships. And everybody, the spender has the vision of things, the saver has this ability to be solid. You bring it together and you get what we spoke about this morning, which is that kind of vision and focus. You put them together, you get clarity. But unless you're willing to go to that place, unless you're willing to look and give up your story and the blame and justification, then this becomes a mortal battle. I mean, you get into divorce and you see how people want to kill each other, and how, to go to the divorce court area, they go and check you all out because you could attack the other party. This is the one you loved. You're like, really? How did it get to this part?
Yeah, I know. It's essentially, so what you're telling me is what I was trying to tell my maths teachers while I was going through school, is that 1 + 1 = 3. Isn't that right?
1 + 1 = 11.
1 + 1 = 11. So again, it's that power of being a team, and I see that with you guys. That's what I love about you, is that you're always congruent. Nothing upsets me more than I see people saying one thing and doing another. That's why I love edifying you, because I see the passion you have trying to help people learn these lessons.